Okay, we're live.
Okay, good afternoon. Welcome to the inaugural meeting of council, Tuesday, November the 15th, 2022 at 4 p.m. I'll call the meeting to order at 4 p.m. and we'll start with our inaugurations of our new council term, starting with the swearing in of council, starting with the mayor. So I'm going to come down to the front.
I, Rick Dumas, have been elected and acclaimed or appointed to the office of mayor in the municipality of the town of Marathon, do solemnly promise to declare that I truly, faithfully, and impartially exercise this office to the best of my knowledge and ability. I have not received and will not receive any payment or reward or promise thereof for the exercise of this office in a biased, corrupt, or any improper manner. I will disclose any pecuniary interest, direct or indirect, in accordance with the Municipal Conflict of Interest Act. I will be faithful to bear true allegiance to His Majesty King Charles III, or the reigning sovereign for the time being. I make this solemn promise and declaration of consistency, believing that to be true and knowing that it is of the same force and effect as made under oath.
I'll sign.
Congratulations. Thank you very much. Thanks, Doug.
I'll now ask Councillor Lake to come forward.
I, Ray Lake, having been elected, acclaimed, or appointed to the office of councillor in the municipality of Marathon, do solemnly promise and declare that I will truly, faithfully, and impartially exercise this office to the best of my knowledge and ability, that I have not received and will not receive any payment or reward or promise thereof for the exercise of this office in a biased, corrupt, or in any other improper manner. I will disclose any pecuniary interest, direct or indirect, in accordance with the Municipal Conflict of Interest Act. I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to His Majesty King Charles III, or the reigning sovereign for the time being. And I make this solemn promise and declaration conscientiously believing it to be true and knowing that it is of the same force and effect as if made under oath.
Congratulations. Now have Councillor Supi come forward, please.
I, Zachary Suki, having been elected, acclaimed, or appointed to the office of councillor in the municipality of Marathon, do solemnly promise and declare that I will truthfully, faithfully, and impartially exercise this office to the best of my knowledge and ability. I have not received and will not receive any payment or reward or promise thereof for the exercise of this office in a biased, corrupt, or in any other improper manner. I will disclose any pecuniary interest, direct or indirect, in accordance with the Municipal Conflict of Interest Act. I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to His Majesty King Charles III, or the reigning sovereign for the time being. And I make this solemn promise and declaration consciously believing it to be true and knowing that it is the same force and effect as if made under oath.
Congratulations. Now, Councillor Wheeler, if you come forward.
I, Todd Wheeler, having been elected, acclaimed, or appointed to the office of councillor in the municipality of Marathon, do solemnly promise and declare that I will truly, faithfully, and impartially exercise this office to the best of my knowledge and ability. I have not received and will not receive any payment or reward or promise thereof for the exercise of this office in a biased, corrupt, or in any other improper manner. I will disclose any pecuniary interest, direct or indirect, in accordance with the Municipal Conflict of Interest Act. I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to His Majesty King Charles III, or the reigning sovereign for the time being. And I make this solemn promise and declaration consciously believing it to be true and knowing that it is of the same force and effect as if made under oath.
Congratulations. So that finishes off our counselors. And just a note for the public that Councillor Valance has been previously sworn in by the clerk and the deputy clerk. So we'll now do our student counselors swearing in, and I'll ask student counselor mentor, Mr. Mitch Dix, to come forward, please.
I, Cade Mitchtix, having been elected, acclaimed, or appointed to the office of Student Counselor Mentor in the municipality of Marathon, do solemnly promise and declare that I will truly, faithfully, and impartially exercise this office to the best of my knowledge and ability. I have not received and will not receive any payment or reward or promise thereof for the exercise of this office in a biased, corrupt, or in any other improper manner. I will disclose any pecuniary interests, direct or indirect, in accordance with the Municipal Conflict of Interest Act. I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to His Majesty King Charles III, or the reigning sovereign of the time. And I make this solemn promise and declaration conscientiously believing it to be true and knowing that it is of the same force and effect as made under oath.
Congratulations. Councillor Swarczynski, please.
I, Kira Skorczynski, having been elected, acclaimed, or appointed to the office of student counselor in the municipality of Marathon, do solemnly promise and declare that I will truly, faithfully, impartially exercise this office to the best of my knowledge and ability. I have not received and will not receive any payment or reward or promise thereof for the exercise of this office in a biased, corrupt, or in any other improper manner. I will disclose any pecuniary interest, direct or indirect, in accordance with the Municipal Conflict of Interest Act. I'll be faithful and bear true allegiance to His Majesty King Charles III, or the reigning sovereign for the time being, and I make this solemn promise and declaration conscientiously, believing it to be true and knowing that it is the same force and effect as if made under oath.
Congratulations. And now Councillor Zeller, please.
I, Ollie Zellick, having been elected, acclaimed, or appointed to the office of student counselor in the municipality of Marathon, do solemnly promise and declare that I will truly, faithfully, and impartially exercise this office to the best of my knowledge and ability. I have not received and will not receive any payment or reward or promise thereof for the exercise of this office in a biased, corrupt, or in any other improper manner. I will disclose any pecuniary interest, direct or indirect, in accordance with the Municipal Conflict of Interest Act. I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to His Majesty King Charles III, or the reigning sovereign for the time being. And I make this solemn promise and declarations conscientiously believing it to be true and knowing that it is of the same force and effect as if made under oath.
So with that, our new council is officially sworn in. I'll now turn it over to Mayor Dumas and have each member of council address the public as they see fit.
Thank you very much, Mr. Skorczynski, and thanks for that great swearing in ceremony process. And I don't know if Mr. McGinnis would like to do the pictures now or wait till we have our little spiel. Okay, great, thanks. Appreciate that. So I think it'd be appropriate that I go both to my student councilors first, give them an opportunity to speak, and then I'll go to my council members, the previous council, as well as our new council, give us an overview of their role as a new councilor within the municipality for the next 4 years. But I first want to take the opportunity to welcome back Councillor Mischicks, who's as a mentor, coming back to mentor both Councillor Skorczynski and Councillor Zelik, to give them an overview and work with them and walk them through the process. And I think you're going to be great on this team. So first, let me take the opportunity to welcome you all to our council. And as we stated before the meeting, don't be shy to ask any question. Put your hand up for anything you might want to know or understand, and we'll share that with you to the best of our ability. Mr. Skorczynski will walk you through the process when we get into regular council meetings at the end of the month, and you'll have the lowdown. And of course, you can always reach out to Councillor Mischicks. He will definitely give you guidance, and he's been a great asset from a student council's perspective on our council. So with that being said, Councillor Mischicks, I'll let you start off and give us a little spiel on what your thoughts are for the next year, sorry.
All right.
Next year.
I look forward to being on council this year. It's nice to be mentoring this year, kind of in a different role than I was last year. But yeah, pretty much just that. I'm excited to start mentoring.
Great. Awesome. Thanks. Welcome again. Welcome aboard. Councillor Zub.
This is a position that I have been looking forward to holding for a while. I've always wanted to sit on this council and be able to share the student voice with the town, and I'm just very honored to be here. Thank you.
Great, and that's what we wanted for. We were talking just before the meeting as well. We started this program in 2011 to have your voice heard at this table, because sometimes we lose the perspective from the community's point of view. We don't have interaction with our youth. So by having you at the table gives a good perspective. Councillor Skorczynski.
Just get more perspective about how things are run, and I don't really do much in student council around the school, so I think it's a great opportunity to be able to bring the student voice to the town and on a bigger scale so that we can have more awareness.
Great, thanks, and welcome aboard. Appreciate it. I remember when I met with you in grade 8 in your class in regards to the academics, and you're leading the class to interact. So great to have you on board. Great to have you on board, Councillor Lake, and great to have you back, Councillor Mischicks, for a mentor position. I'm going to start with Councillor Lake because he is the most senior council member, and he can walk us through his thoughts over the next 4 years.
Oh, senior member, I think it's 15 or 20 years senior member. I'm really excited about the 4 years we have in front of us. I think this is a great team. I think there's lots of experience, but lots of youth as well, and fresh voices. And I think the student councilors bring that, bring a little diversity as well, which I think is great to the table. I know I heard that comments about the election, and I think that's going to be a nice. As we were campaigning and had that candidates night, I just remember back to the closing of the mill. It's just something that haunts me as that part of my childhood kind of gone. And I just think where we were to where we are, I'm so proud of the municipality, how much weathered that storm. And I just look at administration and know how effective they are at working. I think over the next 4 years, where we've weathered this storm, now it's time to do some growing and to make some exciting choices that look positively into the future. The one promise I made on the campaign trail was to have climate change and have sustainability as a lens that we make council decisions for. So I look forward to that in. That's an important element of the next 4 years. getting to know, especially our excited.
Great, thanks for that, Councilor. Councilor Suki.
Thank you. As Ray said, sorry, Councilor Lake said. As like, we all laid our platforms out through the whole campaigning process as well as candidates night. I think everyone that got elected in and those that didn't get elected in all brought forward some valid points. I think, we're going to kind of shape the way we're thinking moving forward, where we're going into some of our strategic planning. I think we all have our little ideas, but I think we all share big vision moving forward. I know we haven't vocalized our individual ideas yet, but just from what we've gathered through the campaign process and the candidates night, I think we share common interest in Marathon, want the betterment of our community. So I think we will work well together, as long as with our new student councilors as well. That's something that's constantly brought up to me, when I'm out public is, what can we provide for these age groups, right? If should they not be interested in readily available to them? So I think that's an important step moving forward. And as always, I'm out there, I'm available. So should anyone have any questions, concerns, comments, feel free to reach out to me or other members of council, and best to work as a team and best for Marathon.
Great, thanks for that, Councilor Whitmer.
Thank you, Your Worship. I'd like to say I'm really excited to be part of this council, this team. I think it's going to be really good. I think we have a really good group of people. I think the next 4 years of Marathon we have a really exciting time ahead of us. There's potential for a lot of growth and a lot of change. Like Councilor Lake said, I believe climate change is just getting more important, as well as environmental focus. So I think that's something that council needs to keep an eye on and look into at every decision as well. And just keep Marathon growing and make it somewhere that we can all be proud of to live in. And just keep going on the track that Marathon's going now.
Thank you. Thanks for that. First off, let me take the opportunity to thank all my council members and attorney council members, Councilor Lake, Councilor Suki, and Councilor Balance, who's not with us today. He's taking a bit of a holiday. Excuse me. I want to take the opportunity to also thank Councilor Debussy, who sat with us as a team for many years, and he's done a great job. And he didn't get reelected this term, but he's done a great amount of duties through the years for Town Marathon. And let's take the opportunity to thank Kelly, Councilor Debussy, for that, because he has been a great asset for this municipality. I personally have not changed my motto. My motto has always been transparent, accessible, and I'm still going to be transparent and accessible and open and honest to the community. And I bring a view that this municipality has always got growth, and we've always been able to grow. We've got a great team with administration. Council has always been an open to idea council. They're not shut down. We don't lock down this council. Previous councils, we'll look at that. We've got an opportunity to go forward in 2023 with the new strategic plan that will bring us to the new horizons. As all of you just mentioned about the great opportunities coming forward in our community, we have some great exciting things happening. Our neighboring community, BN, has partnered with the municipality for the first time in a partnership relationship with the Port Authority. They just passed within their own community the CBA for the new generation project that's out there that shows very much confidence in the community within the region. So that's going to bring a lot of opportunity growth economically and growth population wise. We've looked at all our subdivisions areas, how's that's going to look, how we're going to develop that. So all part of that is our strategic planning for the next 4 years will take place. But the reality is we have to continue to do it on a focused, straightforward manner where we're not just going out and the community got themselves in a bit of situation back in the 80s. No blame to anybody. The council was bombarded with growth, substantial growth that they couldn't imagine, from going from a 2,000 population to a 6,500 population overnight. So they did a great job, but there was some mistakes done, and we can learn from those mistakes. We got through those. That's 37 years ago already. That's amazing how time flies. But we're going through the next cycle. The next cycle will be much more planned. The opportunities comes growth. We know that, and with that growth, we'll have it controlled. We'll do it in a proper manner. We have some great things coming within the municipality. We've talked about in our previous strategic plan. This council will have the opportunity to have input, as well as student councilors, to see what their opinions are. I just look forward to another 4 years. I'm excited. I haven't lost any of my passion. And that's one thing about sitting on this table. If you're just here for your face or your rear to be in the chair is not appropriate. It's about the passion you have for the community, and you want to make the community a better place to live, work, and play. That's my role. I feel that. I've always had that passion. I continue to have that, but I always look forward to working with everybody. I take pride, and I share this, excuse me, throughout the province when I go traveling for different organizations and boards, that my council, our council, has always been able to go after a meeting, no matter what the debate was, and have a cup of coffee or a beer, or whatever you choose, and still be friends. Because what stays here, happens here, stays here. So that's what's really good. I see so many councils throughout the province that don't function like that. You can't function as a council and you can't share your opinion in an appropriate manner, in a respectful manner, then your council is not going to be a functioning council. So I really take pride in that. This council has done like that, and with the administration team, it's really well accepted. So I thank the administration. We have a great team, and we'll this term we'll probably lose a few people through retirement. But that we'll talk about that another day when that actually happens. But that's reality, and I've been here some almost 28, 29 years now. A lot of things have changed over those 20, 29 years, but I'm looking forward. I'm excited about the next 4 years, all of you, and for this next year for our student council. So thank you very much, and I look forward. Thanks. Mr. McGinnis would like to do a picture, and we'll go up and stand in front of the logo, if that's okay with everybody.
We do have to adjourn the meeting, Your Worship.
Oh, we're going to adjourn. Okay, thank you very much. We will adjourn at the hour of 4:20 p.m. And I thank everybody at home who tuned in. I look forward to working for you. One other comment, Councilor Suki nailed it. We are accessible. We're out there. Our numbers are posted in the town website. You can call each and every one of us anytime you like and ask us what we think or have a question you might have, or come in and talk to administration. This community is about open door policy, and I want to continue to have it that way. Thank you. Okay, so I'll give you these nice little folders so you can take notes. Congratulations again.